Welcome back, everybody, to another day in the life of an embroidery maniac. We got three things we're going to be doing today. The first thing, adding letters to this jacket here. You guys seen it before. V-Star. V-Star is the brand. This is going to go on this side. I'm just adding a V right here. A couple other little lines of text. And then I'll show you guys how this looks. I was only able to do a time lapse. I just wanted to get it done. This project's long overdue. I've mentioned it before, so I'm finally getting it done. He's picking it up today at 7. It is 5, so a bit of a crunch there. Second thing we're doing, finishing the run on these hats. He also added 2 more, and the rest of them he wants it without the phone number. I'm blocking the phone number right there. So I'll be able to run the rest of those after this, and then I'm shipping that out tomorrow. And the last thing we're doing is this stitch out. We're still in the process of getting everything finalized. It's looking okay. Just got to make a few tweaks, but here's what we're working with. Here it is. I guess he's doing some hats for his buddy. They're going to Vegas, one last hurrah. And it looks okay. The details in there are not as great. I don't think it's going to get much better. It's just so much detail in such little space. Here's what we're working with. And then of course you have what he sent me, which is basically his image that he got designed. I think he designed it himself. But what people are doing now, I think they run it is through Photoshop or something, and it kind of converts it as if it was embroidered. But the details on it, of course, are not realistic when it comes to how it actually stitches out. I already had an idea that maybe his expectations were going to be crazy, but so far with the one that I showed him, he really liked. We're more talking about the colors. He wanted a light khaki or like a natural white, I forgot what they call it, and black bill. Those are out of stock everywhere. So as of now, we're just gonna go with the darker khaki, which is this one, and the black bill. I'll stop yapping and get to embroidering in just a second, but let me just explain what's going on here. So usually there's a little dash here, but that's where the zipper is gonna be. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take this V and I'm gonna do its own page here. So that's all I'm gonna be centering to the jacket, just the V. And then when I get to the rest of it, then I'll do the star. Right now I just have to be very careful because of the zipper, so I'm just focusing on the V, getting it lined up, and then I'll rehoop to get the star done on the other side. And you guys already know, go ahead, drop the like and sub if you haven't already. Now let's get into it. I already have this hooped up to what looks like really straight. There's some stitching right here that I lined up to the top of the hoop. It's not fully closed because there's just so much going on. I have 2 sheets of Cutaway stabilizer back here. It gave 0 puckering when I was doing the main character over here, so that's amazing. Now, I just gotta put it in the machine, aim it just right, and get that letter right on there. My start and stop is at the top right of the V because that's the place where I have to look out for the most. I don't want it to go too far that it hits, well, I can't really hit the zipper, but I don't want it to hit the hoop, but I do want to go as far right as possible so that the letter does not go over this character, which it does right there. I think it's just gonna have to be that way. I actually just ended up rehooping it. There was no reason why I shouldn't have. I'm super close to the zipper. I don't think it's gonna hit anything that'll damage the needle, but I'm right on there, if you can see, and it's going right up to the edge of the character. Maybe it touches a little bit. I'm hoping it doesn't, but let's run it. It's just white inside, white outline. So far, first letter, perfection. What's up, baby?
Put it on.
I'll put it on a little bit. Let me finish. They bought me this. That was my son. He brought me the bag with a Buzz Lightyear costume that he wants me to wear every day now. So that's what I rock every day. But check this out. The V, perfect. Barely was about to touch dude's gun. Excellent. Okay, so that's the V. Next trick is gonna be to line up everything exactly the same amount from the top. So I'm gonna mark that with my little chalk. The top, the main top. And I guess since we got super close here, it would also have to be extremely close to the zipper. That's all I'm gonna mark, just that. And I know I'll have to get it really close up there and make sure that this stitching runs across as straight as possible. This one I'm gonna be able to use my 8x9 Mighty Hoop, so allow me to plug in my code for free shipping if you're getting anything from Mighty Hoops, the Midwest products website. You get free shipping by using the link in my description, code TKStitch at checkout. Let's continue. All right, I am as lined up as could be from what I could see. Bam, straight there, straight along the zipper there. The design is loaded up. Now we just gotta center it, place it where it needs to go. A bit of an oversight. This is my bad here. So I lined it up a little bit higher, right? But really what's lined up is the star. The star goes above the letters. So now the letters themselves are gonna look like they sit a little bit below than what the V is gonna be sitting at, if that makes sense. The top of the star is gonna be matching the V. It doesn't look like it's a big difference. We'll have to wait and see how it comes out. Let's see, are we 2 for 2? I think we are. Wham! Let's put this down. Show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, I don't like this difference at all, so I am actually gonna unstitch the V. Obviously, it's easier than unstitching all of this. So I'm gonna unstitch the V, bring it down to match the S over here. But for now, we got some text at the bottom over here. I think I'm putting this down. Yeah, I think it goes like this. Couple other little things. I think what I'm gonna do, use a big hoop, get everything hooped up, mark exactly where I want the things, and then just run each design independently as opposed to hooping multiple times for each thing. Big hoop, run one thing at a time. The whole unstitching, running the other stuff might still take me a couple hours, I'm not sure. So I'll leave you guys with a nice little musical time lapse, and then I'll do the big reveal when everything is set, clean, and pretty much ready to go.
It's been a long time and I miss this feeling. It feels like freedom, it feels like healing. Floating off the floor, past the ceiling. The wind in my hair, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel as I'm taking flight. Man, I'm feeling like myself again. Hey, man, I'm feeling like myself again. It's been a long time and I miss this feeling. It feels like freedom, it feels like healing. Floating off the floor, past the ceiling. The wind in my hair, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel as I'm taking flight. Man, I'm feeling like myself.
I'm done with one of the sides. That's the one that had the most stitching. I gotta do the other side. It just has the 2 small little designs, and then done. It's 6:30 though. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get here like 7:30, hopefully 8. I stopped to stitch the V and redo it, so I have to rehoop it, hopefully just another 10 minutes to get that side done, and then the rest of the time I'm just gonna be unstitching that V and running it over again. So let's do it.
With the real you no longer gotta hide it. They love to see us fighting, love it when we are divided. Yo, we about to make a man. Food on the table, big stacks in the bag. Drink in my hand, watch me do a little dance. Take a little chance, kick it with a queen. Chilling with my mans, going with the flow, mixing up the plans. Listening to jams, stresses out the window. Kick your feet up and relax. Ease your foot.
Officially done with all the designs and positioning and all that. Well, not officially done, because now I have to unstitch the V. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Did we lose pocket? Did we lose pocket? Very little. Very little. There's a pocket. Can you? There's a pocket right here, stitched right on the edge, right on the corner of it. No biggie. This is gonna be sick. This is gonna be sick. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in here. Here's the inside of it. I think somebody asked specifically how I go about unstitching things. This mess. But I just get a little knife, a seam ripper, whatever I have that could kind of dig into the tatami stitching and rip across the whole thing. That's just one part. This one has a little satin border, but I will try to do the same thing. I'll dig my little scissors or knife, what I got in there, and rip right through that satin. And then when you get to the top part, you should be able to just pull the strings out. Sounds easy, but it is still a pain and it's a nightmare. So for this part, I'm gonna put the camera down and then I'll show you when it's all done. So far, it's looking wonderful, better than I thought. The whole idea of it and the process of it, it was stressing me out, and I'm sweating right now, but it's paying off. So catch you guys in a little bit. I got it off. That's the new line. It's gonna be a little bit lower, and we're all done. So homeboy's already here. I only need 3 minutes on this. I told him to give me 15 minutes. I just gotta cut all the backing, do a little lighter work, and then it's ready to go. I'm thinking the only bad thing in some areas, I was planning on wetting it. So I might just wet it and be like, look, just let it dry. He already knows the deal. We've done plenty of work before, so just gotta clean it up real quick and get it to him, get paid, move on to the next thing. All right, let's clean this thing up and get it ready to go. Holy smokes, what a mess. Let's party. Oh. Finally, here we go. We got it all done. Got that fixed up. Minor. You can see the holes right there. I'm gonna let them know what happened. But the character, the first time I ran it, everything was sticking out. This one, almost fully 100% accurate. Little tweaks I still gotta do. I think we're still gonna be doing more. But yeah, all the positioning, straight, just how I wanted it. I hope those clips were good enough that you guys got the picture of how it actually looks. But I gotta get this thing packaged up already and take it out because he's been waiting already for a good 15 minutes. All right, my dude loved the jacket and he brought me another one to do the same thing. This time, a nice little leather jacket. So that should be interesting to see how it'll stitch out. I think it's gonna look even better than the other one. But the day just got away from me. Plus, I already did a video pretty much showing you guys how I was running those hats, so I don't think it's that important to show it again. But I do have to rerun this thing here, change some colors, and then run it again. I was gonna do it on a hat, but we can't be wasting hats right now, so I'm just gonna do another stitch out on the flat and change the colors, send them another picture, and then hopefully we can start on them tomorrow. Okay, this is the first one that I did. I tried to do some satins here for the teeth. It's just so tiny. And then I had a gap here, so I stretched that red out a little bit more to the left. This was just black background for the dice. What I did now, I added the black background, but I also gave it a black border, and then it's gonna do the red border. I think it'll look a little bit cleaner. Here, I'm running a satin, but up and down, and I'm hoping that these spikes do enough to make it look like the teeth. Everything else is cool. The red on the first one didn't show that much. I made these black satins a little bit thinner. See if the red pops out a little bit more. And what else? I think that's about it. I think I ended up squeezing the letters up a little bit so that I could make everything else here in the middle a little bit bigger. Hopefully you guys get a good view. I'm not doing a screen recording today since I'm not diving deep into the digitizing. And what I'm gonna do this time around, I'm gonna do, since now the beige is a dark khaki, at first it was gonna be like a little cream khaki, but now since it's dark beige, I think we'll do the circle white, so that'll pop. This is gonna be black. And then the first time around, so the white was beige, and I did the skull and the cards white. This time, the skull and the cards are gonna be that beige, that khaki colored thread, and I think that's it. There should be good contrast once I get it done on the hat. But for now, it's just gonna be on a little scrap piece of fabric. Let's see our new stitch out. Looks clean. Again, the teeth is not gonna get much better than that, I'm pretty sure. Only other thing we could do is change the skull altogether, where maybe it's like one of those skulls where it doesn't have the bottom jaw, it's just the top, and the teeth are bigger, so they're easier to digitize. But the first stitch out that I sent him. He didn't have any notes on the design itself. I think he was more worried about the colors. So we'll see if it's gonna be a go. And then I just remembered I have to do the names on the side of the hat as well. But what I'm gonna do here, try to get it as clean as possible, and then tape it on top of that color hat that he wants. And the rest is out of my hands. Got the tape back there. So yeah, this is the latest thing that I got going on. I don't know, there's just so much going on, but everything else does come out pretty clean. But there's just, you know, you got your skull, you got 2 dice, you got 2 cards, you got a lady dancing, you got a cigar, and then text. But if he likes it, hopefully he understands what's going on and the limitations, or if he wants to change it, I'm fine with that. As long as he's happy with it, then I'll get him done. It is 10 p.m. now. I'm gonna send him the pictures now. He'll probably won't reply till tomorrow. This is all through Facebook Messenger, so telling you, Facebook comes in clutch every once in a while. So I'm gonna send him the picture. Right now I gotta get into my Buzz Lightyear costume and read my boy a book. So I'm closing shop for the night. Get started tomorrow early. I'll end it here though. If we end up running this hat soon, of course I'm gonna record it for you guys. As always, like and sub, and see you guys on the next one. Deuces.